Hello, and thank you for choosing my tutorials for your Blender 3D education. I'd like to start off with some self-promotion real quick. Please visit www.rusimf.com. There you can find all of these tutorials and more. I have renders that I have done there and also weekly contests for the new best render featured on my main page. You can also find free textures you can use in modeling your own file under the Files tab. Please be sure to support the site by clicking on an ad while you're there. I'm doing this for free and I could really use the support. Again, and enjoy the tutorials. Hello and welcome to tutorial 7. This one is going to be on how to make an object, rig it with bones, and animate it. This is really good for making 3D animations and FX and video games. This plays into pretty much about everything. So let's go ahead and get started because we got a lot to cover. This is your default scene right here with the cube. We're actually going to use the cube. Okay, I want you to select the cube, size it on the x-axis. Okay, it doesn't really matter how big it is, just make sure it's big enough because it's going to be a joint. Okay, with two ends. Alright, once you got it pretty big, go ahead and deselect that and click up here, and I want you to hit spacebar, add, and then we're going to come down here to where it says armature. Okay, and armatures are bones, and that's what you want. So we're going to hit rotate on the z-axis 90 degrees. Rotate on the y-axis 90 degrees. There we go. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and place that in here. It makes it easier to see if you go down here and hit wireframe. Alright, size that up to about halfway through and go into edit mode by hitting tab. You'll see just the little end here is yellow, and hit extrude, and that will make a second bone. Alright, too easy, right? Alright, now that you got that done, I want you to come down here to the little three arrows. Click on that. Right here where it says OB, armature, click on that and name it joint. Alright, make sure you remember how you spell this, including the case. It is case sensitive. Okay, now I want you to click on your square and go into the editing tab, click add modifier, armature, and right here where it says OB, type in joint, just the way you spelled it before. Alright, now that we have that done, we're going to go ahead and click on the armatures, and now this part is kind of tricky. Okay, you have to do this right, or it's not going to work. Click down here where it says object mode, click on pose mode. Now click on the bone that you want. We're going to start with this one. Hold down shift and right click on the square. Now come down here and click on weight paint. Alright, and now it's going to turn blue. Hit N and it's bringing this little box up. If it isn't already, set the size all the way up, weight all the way up, opacity all the way up, and start to, oh crap, hang on, we messed up. Well, we didn't mess up, we can fix this. Go back to object mode, choose your square, and go into edit mode, and you want to subdivide this, and I'll show you why here in a moment. Just subdivide it a few times just so you have a good amount of space in here, mainly so you have this line right here going through the center. The more you subdivide it, the better it's going to look when you animate it. Alright, let's go back into pose mode and click on the shift right click, weight paint. Alright, and now let's go back and weight paint this. One thing that I didn't mention before that you can do is you can use your number pad to rotate around this, and this is really good for weight painting things like this. It helps you keep things even. Okay, and now we're only going to weight paint it over the bone because everywhere you weight paint it is what the bone is going to affect, and you'll see how that works here shortly. So just go around, do the whole thing, and if you have a little bit that bleeds over, as long as it's green or really light yellow, it doesn't really matter, it's not going to hurt you. Go ahead and do the end cap, and there you go, that side is done. Alright, go back into object mode, select your other bone, shift, right click on the square, and go into weight paint, and do this bone. And there you go, all the way to the center. And then just go around, weight paint all that. cap here. Make sure we got all of it. Alright, we got it all. Now if you go back into object mode and then go into pose mode just by clicking on the bone, you can grab the bone and rotate it, and voila, the square moves along with it. Too easy, right? Not that hard. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to animate this real quick. And this is, if you remember the tutorial we did earlier on animation, it's very much the same. Okay, so for the first frame, let's go ahead and leave it centered here. Just go ahead and click, hit A twice to select both bones, and you want to hit I, location, rotation, scale. All right, and that's going to lock that in. Now go ahead and skip over to frame 10. Grab that front bone, and let's go ahead and rotate it up. And grab both bones by hitting A twice, location, rotation, scale, and we'll skip forward to frame 20 and rotate it downward and hit location, rotation, scale. Okay, now if you go back to frame 1 and you hit Alt A, you'll see that it waves. You can do this works great for bodies, and we're going to get into animating a character here in the future, coming up in a couple tutorials. It shouldn't take that long. We're going to go through how to go over walk cycle and everything, so don't worry. This is just a brief intro to it. If you have any questions, just watch this tutorial. Just watch it again. It has all the information you need to get this done properly. Just remember the key points, like grabbing the bones first, going in the pose mode, and then selecting your thing. Also remember that the OB name is case sensitive. Okay, it's case sensitive. That's very important. If you don't, you'll sit there all day and it won't accept it. Alright, that should be everything. Remember to go over to www.rusimf.com and check out the site. Got a bunch of great textures on there. Please, please, please click an ad. It only takes a second. It supports the site and helps me keep up and running. I'm doing this for free to help people out. Alright, thank you very much.